Since 1980, the St. Clair Street Senior Center has been helping seniors live an active and independent lifestyle for as long as possible and without regard to socioeconomic status. The St. Clair Street Senior Center provides a warm, caring place where those over the age of 60 can come together with other adults for services and activities that reflect shared experiences and skills, support one's needs and interests, broadens independence, and maintains one's involvement in the community. The center's staff is dedicated to the goal of enhancing the quality of life for our community's seniors through prompt, efficient, and courteous service.
At St. Clair Senior Center, I'm the director, and what that means as the director, I oversee all the daily operations from the staff to the facility to programming, you name it, answering questions for the senior adults if they have one, or even the complaints sometimes. You never know what you'll see on a day-to-day basis. But in that aspect, I work with 18 great folks from full-time to part-time positions, from day coordinators for our adult day services to program coordinators that work and coordinate all the many programs that we're able to put on there at the center, and great administrative staff. You know, I've got one of the best department coordinators, I believe. She kind of keeps me on task with a lot of stuff for the city and making sure that we meet deadlines and everything. And then all the way down to our custodial help that do a wonderful job in keeping our facility looking wonderful. You know, for those seniors, when they come in every day, they want to see a bright, clean, friendly face. And I think with our staff and our facility, we're able to offer that to them. Now, some of my goals for the center, it's changing kind of some of the ideas of how we used to do things and bringing in some fresh ideas for those plans. One of them, is in my travel program. I consider it a service, so we're looking at opportunities where seniors just tell us where they want to go, and we find out ways that we can help them to get there. And the biggest part of what we do is advocacy. You know, for those seniors that don't have a voice or feel like they don't have a voice, we have wonderful staff, from our care director that sits down one-on-one with individuals and families to help them through the services and benefits of the programs that are out there that are offered to our senior adults in, Murfreesboro and Rutherford County. To our caregiver, and also having a nurse on duty. That's one of the best things that we have, our nurse on duty. When someone comes in, of course, as we age, we all get some type of health condition. And she is able to one-on-one work with them, give them ideas on how they can live with whatever they have the best way and make life worth living. And so I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud and fortunate to have walked in and had the staff that I have. We look forward to a bright future with providing great services for our older adults. And I'll get fussed at for saying older adults. 60 plus is considered an older adult. And I have many titles. Many folks tell me they're recycled teenagers, they're living their life dreams, just so many things. Old does not count for what we do at St. Clair Street Senior Center. One of the things that I've been faced with coming here is, even from our own public officials and to our partners out in the community, they feel like we are a nursing home facility or an in-home facility, and we're not. One of the things that I think is very fortunate about our center is that seniors drive in every day. They come in, find a parking spot, and come into all of the great activities we have to offer. And then at the end of the day, when they've wrapped up with either yoga or Zumba or taken an art class or had a sit-down one-on-one with our care provider, they go home for the day. And so I think that's a misconception that a lot of folks have for us, is that they drive by and they see the facility and they think, well, that's another nursing home facility or adult facility. And so, changing that point of view for a lot of folks in the community is a challenge that I have, and making sure folks are well educated on the different programs we have. We have a great tool in our toolbox called The Leaf. It is a 26-page newsletter that we produce monthly. that is just a wealth of knowledge of all the programs and services that we have, and finding ways to get that out to not only our members and participants there at the center, but also the public and our other service partners. As soon as you walk through the front doors, we have a welcome room that we're going to be setting up for all of our new participants. Once they come in, they'll be able to meet friendly staff and volunteers that will help them walk through the process on how you become a participant there at the center. After you leave there, you can walk straight down the center of our main office into where we sign up at the center. All of that is electronic and physical sign-in if you need it, but we have moved to a My Senior Center process where they actually get a little key card and they can sign in with that, check the programs you would like to go to. In our facility, we have great space, and so right off the main section of our center, we have a full library, multi-purpose rooms where we can have our guest speakers. We have a care wing with our nurse on duty that has caregiver support groups and our care director. We also offer a large lunchroom space we partner with Meals on Wheels program. Debbie Willis is the coordinator there. We partner greatly in that program. We also have a wonderful space. So we have a pool room, a full exercise room, lots of areas for classes to meet, a full ceramics program with kilns. We also have our adult day services that are located on the far end of our facility. So when you come in, you might walk through that front door, but it opens up to a lot of opportunities for seniors to live that adventure, to take those things that they always put off and said, hey, when I retire, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. We try to fit those key aspects of their needs and put it into our building, into our services, into each program that we provide, and actually the rooms that we provide. So would love for you to come out and see us and take a tour. That's one of the best things. I will stop what I'm doing and give you a tour of the center. As the director, we have volunteers that do that, but every once in a while I love to take people on a tour and see what the great facility that Murfreesboro has to offer. We have 2 program directors that are constantly working on new ideas for programming. Their jobs are entailed by meeting with instructors, coming up with new ideas for programs, how they'll affect our seniors, making those connections out into the community, and then bringing them all the way to fruition, where they actually have a speaker in a room and in a classroom. They spend lots of time coordinating space at the center. I know that's sometimes folks think that's a behind-the-scene job, but it's very important for us to make sure that we have adequate space for our seniors when they come in for programs. The other thing that a program coordinator would do is to make it fun. Everything needs to be a little bit more fun. We deserve it. We're 60 plus. It's a fun place to be at. And so our key part of what we do and what the program directors do is to make it fun. And they do an outstanding job, and they work tirelessly on making sure that each program has a little something special each time that we set up a program. Now, the only other person at the Senior Center that I maybe have not talked a lot about, and who is, I would say, your key figure, or one of the key figures there at the center, is Miss Sarah Beckman. She is at the front desk. We call it the front lines. She gets all the questions. She signs you up for trips. She has a smiling face, and she will direct you to where your class is, or she'll answer as many questions as she possibly can. But as you come through that front door, she's going to be the first one that you meet. Some of the other programs that we do that I think are very interesting is that, working with individuals that have needs. Our advocacy part, our care director, her name's Dee Brown, and I recently had a senior adult that joined the center, and her daughter came in, and they were from Florida. And her comment was, when I was in Florida, I was just another number. And when I came here, Dee sat down with me. She explained the services that were available to my parents. She was able to make it where we could understand it, and she walked me through it. And they took the time to come by my office and tell me what a great service we had, and not only that, what a great staff person we had. And so I really think that that's some of the best things that we have at the center. Of course, we have all the fun things with our activities and line dancing, you know, any type of form of dance we have, from Zumba to, like I said, line dancing 1, 2, and 3. We also have ballroom dancing. And then our exercise classes are really, really important. Seniors today want to keep healthy, active, mind, body, and soul. And so every opportunity we can to give them that chance, we need to do that. You know, we don't have every hat in the book with me as the director or even our staff. We need those experts to come in, so we have Talk to a Doctor Day, Ask the Nurse Day. Those things that are really important to us and where we feel like we need to have one-on-one attention or group attention about a certain area, we do that. We try to make sure that those professionals are coming in and talking to our seniors and giving them the right information. Our center is a full-service senior center. We have seniors from 60 plus. We also have a department called our Adult Day Services. It is the department that takes care of our seniors that may need a little more help, that are having memory issues. It's a kind of like a drop-in service for our families. If you're still working and caring for a parent, you can sign up through our program, and before you go to work, you can drop your parent off, and they have a meal that day, they have activities, they get to participate in a lot of the activities that go on at the center for all of our other active seniors, so that is a good part of that program. But Adult Day Service programs really truly meets the needs of our seniors that are aging into the last stages. And so what we try to do is to make sure that they are filled with the greatest opportunities. And it's a great opportunity for families to have that as a service. We're open from 8 to 4:30 daily. There's a minimal fee for that service, and you come in and sit down with our director of that program, and she will kind of look at the services that are available right there with us. And most of our seniors have to be fairly functional, but once they're not, we can then help them look at other options out in the community. I think that's another good service that we provide, is not only helping transition our seniors into those stages of life, but helping those families to understand those transitions that are coming. One of the great things that we have to offer our seniors comes out monthly, and it's called The Leaf, Living Every Adventure Fully. This is a 26-page newsletter that goes out to every single member that we have. And it details from the activities we have, when they are, how you sign up, what the cost is. We also, inside that newsletter, there is a From the Director every month, and I try to do a pick from the director, a program that I like each month. The Leaf is your guide to what we have to offer. And so if you want one, there's a couple of ways. The first one is become a participant at the center. Very simple to do that. Fill out some forms, and we have you as a participant, and that comes in the mail or emailed to you. And then for other partners out there, we try to share that on our city website, that you can actually go and look at the entire leaf there. That's a great opportunity for a lot of folks. And we have a lot of seniors that are computer-minded now and that like that addition to our services. So a couple of the programs I'd like to highlight, I think that are a little bit different than what some seniors do. We have a full drama class. It's called the Seniors Acting Up. We try to put on 2 plays each year at the center. They come up with the plays, they act in it, they are the actors and performers. And then also we have what's called the Singing Seniors, and they go out and they perform in the community. They make sure that they're representing the Senior Center well. They do their traditional events. They just finished up a July 4th event with singing out in the public. I think they had 4 outside performances. And so we kind of give those folks, adults that have those hidden talents and want to bring them out, an opportunity for them to share those. One of the opportunities that we do offer to our community is a volunteer program. We just recently, in the past few years, put on a volunteer staff coordinator. And her job is to find individuals, whether they be seniors or younger adults, that would like to give back to the community in several different ways they can, from actually serving on our commission. Those are a volunteer group of folks in our community that serve and to actually think of plans for our future at the center, to activities, trip escorts. We have a librarian, in fact, a retired librarian, and once she retired, she, still loves books, and so she comes in and organizes and sorts and helps folks find the books that they love in our full-service library that we have. But the many other opportunities, from setting up and tearing down events. One of my favorites is we have a music jam session. So we have a man that comes and weekly sets up for jam session, tears down the music instruments and the equipment, but that's his volunteer job and he loves it. To volunteer instructors for programs and classes and speakers, and I think that's one of the things that we're very fortunate to have. We have some of the state-of-the-art speakers from MTSU, some of the local hospitals and doctors' offices that come in, and all of them are considered volunteers and volunteering their knowledge to our clients. So where do we fit in the City of Murfreesboro departments? We are your full-service senior center. We offer activities Monday through Friday and some Saturday activity days. We are a full-service senior center with physical fitness, education programs, recreation programs, and our adult day services. So we invite you to come out, walk through the door, start your adventure at the St. Clair Street Senior Center.